More vaccine mandates are coming up in the hiring process, and that's leading some people to be upfront with their status.
A lot of job seekers were in a situation where they needed to get back to work quickly. They were either furloughed or laid off, and they were kind of willing to do whatever it is that they needed to do.
Robin Story with Storyline's Resumes, an executive resume service, says the trend of people adding their vaccination status to their resume was something she noticed more of when the shots first rolled out. Now that there are fewer jobs and candidates, she says the scenario has flipped. She says there's now little hesitation in adding the vaccination, which can help the speed of the hiring process. The problem is when someone isn't willing to get the shots.
Now we've opened up sort of a can of worms. Now we've got legal ramifications. Now we've got questions that maybe they don't want to answer.
Story mentioned transparency needs to come from employers as well. Vaccine requirements and even possible future requirements should be front and center on listings to avoid issues.
I had a client recently that moved her family from Chicago to Nashville for a position and found out, once she arrived there, that particular company, which was a durable medical company, was going to require a vaccine by the end of October. And she said she wasn't willing to do it. So, they rescinded the offer, and now she's in Nashville looking for a job.
70% of hiring managers told ResumeBuilder.com they'd be more likely to hire someone with their vaccination status included on their resume. Digital.com found growing numbers of small businesses are indicating they want vaccinated employees, and overall new job postings with vaccine requirements continue to grow. Story sees a lot of other pandemic-related factors outside of vaccines in the hiring process.
I really believe that the combination of the ability to successfully do a role while working from home, coupled with, the vaccine question, coupled with the idea that a lot of people are leaving the workforce in its entirety or leaving the workforce for a different kind of opportunity because they want that balance. That is all going to really shape the landscape of hiring for years and years to come.
We've talked about some companies charging employees more for health insurance if they're unvaccinated. Now that same policy could apply to spouses and domestic partners. A Louisiana nonprofit healthcare system is going to start charging $200 per paycheck for spouses that remain unvaccinated. That policy starts next year. For Acadiana's News Channel, I'm Dave Baker.